Welcome to another episode of the Mazal Harvey Show, where we dive deep into things that matter most. And today I want to talk about something a lot of men are struggling with, but don't often admit, and that's our mental health. Specifically, the idea of being vulnerable, showing emotions, and breaking the silence that so many of us have been taught to keep. And as men, we grow up hearing things like man up or don't cry. We were told to stay strong, keep it all together, to be the rock everyone depends on. But at what cost? Many of us hold everything inside. And I know most of the men can attest to this. Afraid to seem weak, afraid to be judged. And this leads to something we don't talk about enough: the loneliness, the depression, the anxiety, mental health struggles that eat away at us because we don't feel like we have permission to let it out. But here's the truth, and I know, and I've been through this: it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to cry. It's okay to admit that you're not okay. And these are not signs of weakness. In fact, they are signs of strength. Let me say that again. Being vulnerable is strong. It takes courage to show who you really are, especially in a world that tells you to hide it. You see, emotions is part of being human. But for some reason, we've created this idea that men should somehow be above that, or that we should be emotionless robots, or are always in control. But bottling things up only leads to pain, specifically mental, emotional, and even physical pain. You know that feeling when you're weighed down by everything you haven't said, when it feels like the walls are closing in because you haven't allowed yourself to express what's really going on inside. I've been there. I've carried that weight, thinking that if I let it out, if I let people see that I'm hurting, I'd lose the respect. Or maybe I'd lose myself in the process. But what I've learned in the process is that showing emotions doesn't make you less of a man. It makes you more human. Just think about the men around you, your brothers, your friends, fathers, even strangers. So many of us are suffering in silence. We're scared to be seen for who we really are. And that fear that is costing us our mental health, our relationship, and in some cases our lives. To any man listening right now, I want to tell you, it's okay to cry. It's okay to reach out to someone and say, I'm not okay. It doesn't make you less of a man. It makes you more of a warrior. You see, vulnerability is a superpower. It allows you to connect with others on a deeper level, to heal and to grow. Just imagine what it would be like if we could all just be honest about our struggles. What if we weren't afraid to show our pain? What if we could just say, today's been tough and I need to talk? We'd find that we're not alone, that we're in this together, and that together we can lift each other up. So here's what I challenge you to do. Next time you feel overwhelmed, instead of keeping it all in, try reaching out to someone, a friend, family member, or even a therapist. Even just to sit down with your emotions for a moment and let yourself feel them. Don't push them down. Let him come and know that it's not weakness. It's the first step towards healing. We've all got these battles we're fighting, but we don't have to fight them alone. It's time to break the silence, to let it go. Let go of the fear and to be real, to be vulnerable, because that's where real strength lies. There's something important I want to share with you. Something I believe is at the core of why we need to talk about this. Trent Salton mentioned in one of his podcasts, and he said, the trauma you don't heal from becomes the pain someone else has to bear. Let it sink in for a moment. You see, when we don't face our emotions, when we don't allow ourselves to heal, we end up passing that pain on to others. It seeps into our relationships, our friendships, even our families. Our inability to process what we're going through turns into unspoken anger, distance, and even resentment. And the people we care about feel it, whether we realize it or not. Healing isn't just for you, it's for everyone around you. So by facing your pain, you're not only freeing yourself, but also spare others from having to carry that burden of something they don't even understand. So again, we've all got battles we're fighting, but we don't have to fight them alone. It's time to break the silence.